Hi guys, it's me, Oyama. Welcome to the Young Catalyst podcast. I'm still here with two of my ambassadors. We are still here in Santon Rivonia ICM, and this is Team SA Synergy Career Expo 2025. Today was a long day, guys, for us. It was a very long day for us. Yes, so we got into a lot. We had Dr. Orbit Nangara with us today. We had, Guvon Academy, we had SIGA, we had, a real estate agent with us today. So just to, guys, like, what's going on? Like, you guys are so drained. Like, oh my goodness. No, I can imagine. No, it has to come back.
It has to, bruh.
Guys, like feed off of me right now. Like,
okay.
You guys have me. This is why I'm here, right?
Okay. I see. Us pets.
Okay.
I do want us to get into, what Dr. Orbit Nangara was here for, firstly. This is the second time he's came back as a financial advisor. Here to give us insights about entrepreneurship, right?
He touched base on entrepreneurship.
He did.
Yeah.
And the difference between entrepreneurship and business. I didn't know there was
You didn't know?
difference.
I also didn't
I
know.
thought it was one and the same thing.
I also thought the same thing, definitely.
At the end of the day, we all want to make profit and
Yeah.
not. And risk taker.
No, like he actually got into scholars. You know what it reminded me of? Sociology. It reminded me of that. Like at some point, wait. There's something that I did write down during that interview, right?
So
it reminded me of there's a module that we do, right, in public administration.
Okay.
So it basically talks about like leadership and stuff like that. Nah? So while he was talking about that, so remember when he was like touching base on like entrepreneurship and like, being a businessman and also, those differences.
Yeah.
And when he was just like when you're an entrepreneur, like, you have to be innovative, you have to be creative, and it's then like you have to come up with solutions to
Create something that
to
will
problems,
give
right?
solutions.
Exactly.
Create something that will
You need to be a risk taker,
And
then, right, like he named like, these like certain qualities that you have to be an entrepreneur. And then, which takes me back to this. While he was like talking about all of that, I thought about like, so in this module, there's like this part of this module is like, there's something called the great man theory.
Okay.
So it's like, basically, it's the great man theory of leadership.
Okay.
So it says that, this theory, it states that like, leaders are born and not made.
Oh,
right? That's what it says. But it's a theory, right? It can be, right? So it's just kind of like, basically, like it states that certain people are born with the necessary qualities which set them apart from others, that these qualities result in their being able to fill positions of power and authority. So I basically thought about it as, there's people that are made to be entrepreneurs.
Exactly.
You understand what I mean? And there's people who are more of like, businessmen also, like businessmen type of thing. Because when you like run a business, obviously you care about, the profits, you care about, you understand? It's like two things that like work hand in hand with each other.
Sales, profit.
Yeah.
How is it going to benefit you at the end of the day?
Exactly. Exactly. So like it's like,
benefit the society.
yeah.
And he emphasized on that
Entrepreneurship
focuses on society more
not everyone thinks of it like that way. Most people, when they think of entrepreneurship, they think of
businesses.
Then the profit. They never think good tonight. It has to like
I get
pay
you.
back
Pay
to the
into the community,
and like do something that will actually benefit the community that is around you. And so tourism, maybe like giving back to the community.
So ikumbula masikhumbula.
Along the way,
Along the way,
No, but I definitely get you guys. Shame, like, I
Let's
think in terms of, do you have anything to add?
Continue.
Why? You can continue.
Oh, it's CSI.
I love
let's move on.
I love it.
Guys.
No, I love it.
Let's carry on.
Yeah. So like I also want to touch base on benefits and challenges of this thing that we spoke about.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? Entrepreneurship. Just in a nutshell, like I just wanted to, wrap that whole thing up. What do you guys think?
I feel like as an entrepreneur you shouldn't be afraid. Like you should be open-minded, ne?
Yeah.
You should know it's at the end of the day ungayifaka imali mara it might not come back. So people must have that mindset. It's okay. Ngizoyifaka ne. Mara, you shouldn't be like 100% sure it's gonna come back. Cause
that's
you
the risk-taking part of it.
Calculating.
You might like faga the money and what's so not.
You might faga the money.
I have sleepless nights. So
it's like imagine like investing into like a certain business and now it's like it doesn't come back to you. Like what do you do? So you wouldn't get into
So yeah.
Entrepreneur. Let's get into hospitality.
Oh yes,
an academy.
So like getting into that, guys, it's a lot. Culinary and hospitality and all of that, guys. I love food. Just thought I'd put it out there.
You all saw it as food. I saw it as part of my career, guys.
With
tourism.
Yeah. You can only imagine, like in that industry, there's like obviously there has to be like a lot of like traveling involved. You understand? There's people that go into boats also.
Just
people that
imagine having to cook for like a president. Man, you must dream big, ne?
You must.
But then, like, so
but you need dream big or go home.
Dream big or go home. So it's actually like a broad field in hospitality. It has like different sectors. But see, I think you just need to have your metric.
Yeah.
Only and you
also need to have that passion. Like
you must be passionate
about it.
It's a demanding job from what we've heard.
Hospitality is like you're standing up, you need to cook. The heat, like it's a very secure place. Chef really,
so basically, you guys are already getting into the challenges, basically.
Like, the thing is like open book.
I feel like
open,
and I feel like with like getting into the challenges now, like I don't want us to look at it from the perspective of like discouraging, but knowing what they get into. Because the thing is, you don't want someone to get into a career and be like, oh,
I thought it was
I only knew about
exactly. Like,
you must know
this was
about
gonna happen.
everything.
And another thing, one of the chefs did mention, Uguti, you do actually like spend like long hours like on your feet. You understand?
You see,
like,
that's what I was
these long hours. It's a demanding job. Like another thing that you also need to remember is like you need to ensure that like the food that people are eating is safe.
It's safe, not poisonous.
You need to ensure that all of those things are fine and everything like that.
And to tell them, it's not only practical, it's also theory. They say it, my exam.
So you guys can also check out like Guvan Academy, just like maybe
go
on the website and stuff like that for more details. Go into that.
Information.
No, definitely. Also,
in our comment section.
Exactly. Also, continue engaging with us as well. Team SA Synergy Career Expo 2025. Going along with what was discussed as well, we also spoke to Abantu Bagwa SIGA. This is actually my favorite part. This is where I thrive. No. This is where I thrive. Excuse me. This is my territory. Do you remember when I mentioned, Guti, one of my hobbies is like, being creative. Guys, I remember when I was in grade 5, like I was writing songs. Like I was learning to write songs. Like, okay, that goes good. Oh. Private information. She's sharing private information. Guys, I never. No, stop. Guys, it's not even like that. Like I actually like.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. But like getting into it, like I really loved. That was like my favorite parts because like I love talking about anything that has to do with creativity. I love the arts. I feel like we were, definitely.
I like how they broaden it next. Because people used to think it's arts about like drawing.
Yes.
We didn't know it's behind art. There's technology.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't know.
Like
I learned something new.
Do you know what my favorite
behind
part
art? There is technology.
I love that you said that as well. I feel like my favorite part when it comes to, you know, their whole presentation was integrating like social things and like, you know, maybe trying to, for example, let's say you're trying to make a statement on something. You understand what I mean? A political statement even. You know, you can integrate that into storytelling by like writing a script for like, you know, a specific show. You understand what I mean? Writing it and stuff like that to convey a certain message. You know what I mean? There's like different shows that people watch out there. You know what I mean? Like that one show that, for example, 8 p.m. used to be generations for us. You understand what I mean? So it's like incorporating things that have to do with the real world and then putting it into, you know, expression, like art expressions and stuff like that.
I think they need to do a show about university, guys. Let's stop telling kids amanga.
It's not a manga per se. It's it's not a manga. It's not.
You guys are so opinionated. I'm loving it.
No, you know, na TikTok ne. Uzothungela ku TikTok ubone i-OOTD. Mamela, ubone i-OOTD. I spend the day with me on campus. The problem is they are gatekeeping some information. They are just choosing to show you the good part of it instead of even showing you the bad part of it. I think the academic pressure. That's how it's
that's creative expression also.
Exactly.
Let's talk about that. It's creative expression. Being able to, there's a certain message that you want people to receive with your creativity.
Exactly.
You know, for example, like
engage.
Exactly. And to make it personal, for example, if I would write a song and I'm just like, I want this song to make people feel the emotion I was feeling. Let's say I was sad. And like I want people to feel that. You know what I mean? I want people to feel that emotion. So you can only imagine, like just getting into all of that, like it excites me, guys. Like it excites me a lot because like also there was something I also wanted to say in that SIGA also incorporated. They basically incorporate like events, like these big events, right? These big events where like legendary performers can get to come in and like express themselves, right? So it's just kind of like, it all depends on the message, you know? And if it's a positive message and you are given like a big platform to express yourself, then it's like, this is amazing. This is like everything to me. Like, you understand what I mean? And I think that's like proper, like for cultural purposes, it's proper. And also, I feel like that's why I'm like creative arts. But I also okay, let me wrap it up a little. I want to wrap up that creative arts aspect of it.
The floor is yours.
But I feel like guys also tourist attraction. For example, the murals that you see. You understand? Tourist attraction. It's good for, it can, like, arts is so big. Everything is art.
I feel like
everything is art here.
I think tourism accommodates every part. And we have parts where in tourism, attractions where we incorporate art. There is a place in KZN, I don't know. I think it's also in Johannesburg where they do arts, they dance.
Even in, I think it's Cape Town.
And I think it's in every part.
The thing that you're saying.
Isn't it in Vilakazi Street?
It probably is.
Yeah, it is.
So tourism does incorporate it.
So last one.
We want to talk about real estate. Guys, can I actually tell you a fun fact? Can I tell you a fun fact? Okay. Actually, guys, there's always a fun fact with me. Like, it's always, can I tell you guys a fun fact?
Okay.
There was a time where, remember when I told you guys, like, there was a time where I literally, like, changed careers, like, always. Like, I'd be 1 minute I'm a pilot, and then, oh, yes. I actually am. Call me Dora from now on. Guys, my name is not Dora. I'm Dora. But, like, there was a time where I really wanted to get into, like, real estate. Like, and, like, if you ask me why, I wouldn't tell you the reason. I'd only tell you, to be honest. Okay, to be honest, like, you know, watching, like, home shows, because my mom loves those shows.
Keep it in the property 24.
Oh my
Guys,
gosh. I'm actually speaking of property 24, single age where now I actually go on property 24 and I get to like
That's what
you
I'm
understand.
saying. Basically,
So I'm at that age
why
now.
it doesn't mean even money. They should wait for me
Yeah.
to earn money. So property is actually inkulu.
Yeah.
But in order for I think you just need to be registered.
A couple of qualifications after
Here
getting
and
matric
there.
are very
like
important.
someone who mentors you and
Yeah,
you
definitely.
not.
Get into
You
a
need
company
to know
registered.
people. Yeah, it has to be like
Bafuna fly by night.
What's abantu? Like I feel like property for umuntu brave.
Yeah, and also I feel like it
Noma
needs someone who's
bangasho
social.
figures guys
Like,
bayabonakala ukuthi
bayalose
unemali noma bangasho kodwa nayo usiyabonakala
uyabona ukuthi yo.
Okay, not you guys. You guys are just like, oh my gosh, like, Yazidi, like, she. Do you know what I like? I like the fact that she mentioned that when it comes to being a real estate agent, you have to be very presentable. And that's exactly the effect that she had on you guys. Because she came presentable and she came looking good. That's
Speak
true.
about her
That's
career
very
field
true.
and you were like, okay.
Like she looks.
It's like she came out of a magazine cover.
I know, she looks so good.
She was so good.
And that's what it's all about. You need to present yourself. Because
so
remember,
even if umuntu are like, okay, I'm just seeing the way you're dressed, like,
yeah.
Like I envy you and what's so not. Yeah.
True. Because also you must remember, like, it's like when you're working also for like a certain, company maybe, like you have to remember that you present yourself as like the sole person. You understand? Being a real estate agent, right? You present yourself as that person. So like you're the business right now. Like you're the business. You are what people exactly. You're the face. You are what people see. So if I see you and then you're like probably wearing like ripped jeans and no offense to the ripped, you know what? Moving on.
Because wow, yeah.
in my pockets.
Exactly. But like just getting into that, like you just really have to be presentable. You have to do all of that. And I just, but I otherwise I love the passion that she has. One, she has passion for what she does. She has patience. Remember,
you need to be patient and be well with
you deal with people that are quite, you understand what I mean? So giving all of that, giving insights to all of that, guys, what do you guys think you can take from what was discussed, maybe from each interview or like just like everything as a whole?
Personally, I've learned with guys, and on a daily basis, technology plays a huge role. On a daily basis. Because everything that was touched up, it had like technology in it. Like this technology, this art, this and that, yeah. So like it actually plays a huge role, hey?
AI. But what I learned from my personality, whatever, is that passion drives everything. Passion drives everything. Being passionate and being patient, guys. Be patient, learn, be willing to learn. I think being willing to learn, it helps a lot. And being able to communicate with people. Attitude, guys.
To be honest, I get what you mean. To be honest, I feel like you should definitely get into a career that resonates with your personality and resonates with the type of person that you are. For example, I know myself. I don't think I would be able, for example, if I had to work in the real estate agent world, I don't think I'd have that self-control whenever somebody's like, why you like this? Like, it's hard for me to do that. I'm trying to practice, keeping quiet and being, but I know that it would definitely be something that it would be challenging for me, like really challenging, so it's like really important to like get into a career which that like is it correlates with your strengths. It correlates with what you're good at, what you're passionate about, and everything like that. With everything that's been covered here, we've learned a lot, and I sure hope that you guys have also learned a lot. Okay. I'm gonna be going home thinking about so many things right now. The creative arts space. I'm gonna be thinking about what else am I gonna be thinking? Entrepreneurship. I'm gonna be thinking about all of those things. So I really hope that you guys learned something.
Culinary.
Definitely. So I really hope that you guys learned as much as we've learned, you know, and continue keeping in touch with us. We are still here at ICM. We are still...
Sometimes if they want like more details about technology,
definitely.
IT, they should contact ICM.
Yes.
I remember we did provide the website.
Yes.
Everything is still there. So if you are interested, where's Ntomelewi?
Connect. Yeah, that sounded like a threat.
It is. How
you know what you're supposed to do. I love it.
Why are but then it's fine, you're not there. So
I'm loving it. I'm loving it so much. So thank you so much, guys. This is continue subscribing, continue engaging with us. You know, share the link and everything. This is Team SA Synergy Career Expo 2025. This is the Young Catalyst podcast, and guys, we will check you guys out. This was day 7 and out.
Peace out.
Peace.